I like Halloween atmosphere with its spooky vibes. I like to have an excuse to wear this purple witch hat, but especially I like to have a reason to build yet another Halloween-inspired creation in my hardcore world. In case you didn't know, last year I built this spooky Halloween-inspired island that is also a pumpkin factory as well as AFK spot for my guardian farm. I truly love this build, and by the way, you can have it for free. So check out my previous video for more details. And if you are wondering about this build, please check out this video, and it's also available for download. However, I have this flat platform underneath. It's hiding my guardian farm, but it has been an eyesore for this whole time. I really wanted to cover it for a very long time. And today I will finally do something about it. My initial idea was to build some sort of graveyard, since the area is so flat and really not that big. Then I thought that graveyard is not enough. I need to have some sort of a building. So I went into creative, played a little bit around, and ended up with something much bigger. I hope you will enjoy it. It will be a little bit different style compared to my floating islands. So I really hope it will fit. Well, first of all, I'm quite happy that I used Skulk to cover this farm. I think I will leave the floor as it is. It will definitely fit in my atmosphere. While building, I need to pay a lot of attention to the light levels. That Halloween Island Pumpkin Factory casts quite a big shadow on this land. Also, I have to be careful so I don't get sniped by the laser beams of those guardians. And of course, while I'm working on my build, this pumpkin factory will work in its full power by producing pumpkins, sugarcane, eggs, chicken meat. Look at these LAs. They're so cute and hardworking. And of course, to feed the spirit of today's build, I will stop eating my golden carrots and will eat only pumpkin pies that these two farmers will gladly provide me. Luckily, pumpkin pies are quite nutritious, so it won't be a problem for me. As probably you saw from the thumbnail and title, today I will build an entire castle. And I want to make it kind of spooky, kind of dark. So my color palette will be very dark with black concrete, black stone, deep slate. I will use a lot of different tough blocks and the roof will be red. This is quite new palette for me, as I rarely use these blocks in my builds. So I'm really excited to try it out. The castle will be inspired by Gothic architecture, which is also a new style for me, so I hope to learn a lot today. And hopefully, you will learn something new too. And of course, we start with building a fence. The fence will have this black base made out of concrete, and it will surround the perimeter around the farm. I didn't want to extend the build beyond these limits, so it was a bit challenging for me to fit this idea into a relatively small place. Also, building fence is very wise, so I don't get attacked by those guardians. Also, I will try to enclose this sorting system. Speaking of which, eventually I want the castle to be a place to craft all of the prismarines. So it needs to be fed directly from this place. And the fence will not be just 4 walls. There will be 2 additional towers right at the entrance. Oh, look! Ocean Ruin! It has been here all this time. But I don't remember if I ever checked it for treasure. Yep, I have never opened it. Let's check it out. It has a treasure map. Why didn't I check it before? That's so odd. Let's go get the treasure. Here it is. Not too bad. Not too bad. Back to building. Hello there. Hey, do you mind? Can you leave me alone, please? Anyway, I want to make this fence kind of spiky, so I will use a lot of fence posts and walls in order to give it a lot of texture. Also forgot to mention, in order to keep this castle mysterious, it needs to look old. It needs to look run down and a little bit destroyed. That's why I will use big variety of black stone blocks for it, including blackstone bricks and cracked bricks, as well as some spots will be kind of broken. You'll see. So the fence is ready. And it is so spiky. I added iron chains on top. When you look at this fence, your first thought will be, keep out of this place. It's not safe. It's dangerous. Even the light from the campfires from the farm adds a little bit of mysteriousness. I already like where this build is going. And it's just a fence. Hold on. Do you mind? I'm just trying to show my build. I keep getting interrupted. By the way, at some point I need to cover the shulker farm. This is going to be quite challenging, but this is problem for another video. Moving back to our castle. I really hope you can see the vibes I'm going for. And you can see all of the holes and the tear downs and broken stuff. And it gives quite good foundation for my castle. By the way, I'm still trying to get used to these wind charges. It should be quite handy in the process of building, but I feel I need to practice more. Now we can start to build the castle. And the foundation will be very similar to this wall. Lots of different types of black stone and deep slate. Four walls of foundation is done. And yes, the castle is quite narrow. There is a reason for that. First of all, I want it to look quite skinny and tall. Second reason is, of course, I will add towers around. And I need enough space between the castle and walls. Now that I built the foundation, I slowly transition to various blocks of tuff mixed with cobblestone, mossy stone bricks, dead coral blocks. I also mix in some walls for extra texture. Now that I've built the side walls, you might have noticed a hole, quite a big hole. This is going to be a big window with one of those stained glass mosaic effect, so-called vitral, Gothic-inspired cathedral window. So it will be one big round on this side and a little bit different style on the other side. I look forward to doing it, as it is quite challenging thing to do in Minecraft. But those windows I will build last. I would like it to be the finishing touch of my build, but now I'm done the walls, the main walls I mean. And I think in order to give this building a sense of what it is supposed to be, I want to do a roof. It will be tall and triangular shaped and very, very spiky. For roof, I'm using nether bricks, red nether bricks, nether board and even a bit of netherrack. And for the details, I will use walls and fences and chains. It will look quite ominous. Alright, you can see the shape here. It's quite simple, but it's very effective. Also, I tried to play a lot with textures. You can see this gradient from bright red to dark red, as well as some deterioration. I think with addition of roof, the castle looks more like a castle. And as I said before, let's add some walls and fences, just like that. And for the illumination, I'm using either soul lanterns, they provide more subtle light, or on the roof on top of the spikes. I'm gonna use red candles. First of all, they add more height to the spikes, but also they provide this flickering light that first of all helps with spawn proofing, but also helps with the atmosphere. In some places I added 2 candles instead of 1 to provide a bit more light, because 1 wasn't enough. And I'm really happy with this roof. It looks really impactful, and quite honestly, it's my first roof in this style. Now I'm really excited to continue this build. When I think about castles, I always think about towers. I think good castle needs to have a good tower, or multiples. So for this castle I will build 4 different towers, and they will be quite distinct from one another. So the first tower here, quite straightforward, conical, with a pointy roof that is similar to the roof of the castle. Even adding one tower transformed my castle so much. It looked so much better already. I also left some spots for the windows. I will fill them up a bit later, when I will continue building all of the other windows. First, I need to build the rest of my towers. By the way, this tower has a purpose. Here between the wall and the castle I want to build an arch. This will hide the flow of the garden farm. I will just need to divert this stream somewhere around this point. And this is how I will get all of the items inside the castle where I want to build my autocrafters. Hold on a moment. While building this wall I destroyed this block here. Oh no, I ruined my redstone. Hold on, let me fix it. This could have been a disaster. Luckily, I've noticed it soon. That's exactly why I have redstone box in my ender chest. But this tower is quite narrow. I feel if I want to fit redstone here, maybe I will need to expand this wall a little bit. Luckily, the space allows for it. But this will be a problem for another day, when I will deal with this redstone. Also, adding wall here would be quite nice. I can make another nice balcony, or a terrace. Yep, that will work. Tower number 2 is complete, and you can clearly see how it is different from the other one. It's not as pointy as the rest of the castle, but it's very, very spiky. It kind of looks a little bit tear down and broken. It definitely adds a little bit of weirdness to this castle, and I really like this idea of asymmetry. I feel if I did 2 identical towers, the castle wouldn't look as interesting as it does right now. I really love how this castle is coming together. I can't wait to see it when it's ready. I'm trying to show you this castle and I keep getting interrupted. These phantoms needs to be stopped. There you go. Warning for other phantoms. Don't trespass or you will be impaled. And just like that, and 2 more towers are done. They're similar to previous 2 towers, and they're kind of mirrored, but also they're different. For example, this tower was inspired by Hogwarts Castle and those weird towers that are nesting on top of each other. I wanted to recreate that kind of vibe, but by building that tower, I went a little bit too high, and I'm almost touching that island. I think there is only 1 block difference between the spike and the land. A bit more and that island will scrape and ruin my castle. Also, that tower is not coming from the ground, it's actually starting from the roof. This gives us more yard space if we want to do something there. And of course tower number 4. A bit crooked and very run down. I used a lot of iron bars and walls and dithering to make it look like it was really damaged, and I think I succeeded with it. So now that I've done the castle, roof and also towers, the only thing that is left are windows, and they are essential. So there are 2 types of windows. So first, the small ones that are on these towers or the balconies, they will be dark. Here I'm using Skulk that is behind the glass. It will give it a little bit of glint and texture while staying quite dark. On these windows, I will just put black concrete, but then I will add some glow lichen, so there will be some light, both for the window, but also preventing the mobs to spawn. In this case, it's very important to keep the windows as dark as possible to help with all of this dark vibe. And of course, the centerpiece of the castle, huge stained glass. Similarly to other windows, I put black concrete mixed with Skulk. This will help the stained glass to stand out while also keeping the dark vibe. For the stained glass, I used purple, white and blue. Some of the glass I replaced with grey and black glass. That way, the windows look kind of broken, kind of discolored, making this castle look even more old. On the other side, with this glass, I used a bit of blue and cyan together with purple. It's a little bit different style from the previous one. It's more of a gradient, and I really like it. I'm really happy with my castle. It looks exactly how I envisioned it. I tweaked my shaders a little bit to make the atmosphere a bit darker, a bit more gloomy, and kind of foggy. I think it looks much better this way. But don't think that I'm trying to deceive you with shaders. I think it looks quite good even without them. So, the interior. I'm not doing the interior today, mainly because first I need to do all of the redstone for the sorting system and the autocrafter for all of those prismarine blocks. However, I want to make this castle feel haunted, and there is one very simple trick that I can share with you right now. So all you need are some white banners, white and black dice, loom and some banner patterns to create some spooky faces. Then take a bunch of white stained glass and paints and create these cute ghosts. This is very simple trick, but now my castle is certifiably haunted. It's really creepy in here, even without any additional decorations. So what do you think about this castle? If you like it, you can actually download it for free. I will put it up on my Buy Me a Coffee account. It will be in Litematica format, like all of the other builds. I will put all of the links in the description. By the way, did you know? If you subscribe to my channel, I will plant a sunflower for you. Also, I will plant a sunflower for you if you subscribe to me on Twitch as well. So join me on streams. I will be so happy to see you. I found this cute texture pack that turns Totem of Undying into this cute sunflower. I really like it. Also, I found this cute texture pack that adds variation to sunflowers. What do you think about it? Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so glad that you joined me today. I really hope that you have a wonderful day and see you in the next video. Bye!